Hey everyone out there, this is the first time I'm going live from YouTube. I'm doing it without Zoom and it's very, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna send out this link to make sure that anyone that wants to be attending has a chance to join in over on my Facebook group and my Facebook. So I'm doing that now. Give me a second. What is this? Why is this happening on Facebook? What's going on here? Facebook looks, it's asking me to re-log in. This is really weird. Okay, done. I'm live now on YouTube. YouTube chat is up. Come and join me as I discuss tips on toxic family. All right. All right, let's get back to business. Okay. Oh, I am not liking this this camera. Okay. So, hello to everyone out there. Just in case you're coming across me for the first time, I'm Lupita V from LupitaVCoaching. I'm a licensed psychotherapist, confidence coach, inspirational speaker, and DJ. I'm also a single mom. And today, I am answering a question that I get often in my DMs, and it has to do with toxic family members. And at the end of the video, I do want to discuss what does this toxicity have to do with confidence, and how can this help you when you let go of this type of perspective in your life. So just in case, I usually do Facebook Lives on Wednesdays. They're called Quickies. So this video will not take up too much of your time. I'm going to get through these tips really, really fast. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on any social media, hashtag LupitaVCoaching. So that's L as in love, U, P as in Paul, I, T as in Tom, A, the letter V, and the word coaching, C as in cat. So I want to hurry up and get into the tips because I want this to be like short, straight to the point. So number one, what is toxicity and what is a toxic person? So I want to go into that really quick. It's actually anyone who is being really mean. The dictionary is calling it someone who is poisonous, someone who is insidious, which I feel like are really strong words. Insidious, poisonous, harmful, and pervasively unpleasant. So if there's anyone in your life bringing on any of these feelings where they're making you feel like their behavior is harmful, where it's insidious. Anytime I think of the word insidious, it makes me think of the scary movie Insidious. Like, whoa, that's pretty strong. I don't know about scary movie bad, but I mean, they could be pretty bad, right? And really just all around unpleasant, then that person can be called a toxic person. And they are just adding lots of negativity lots of negative energy into their environment. And what is really happening with these toxic people is they're going through something really, really heavy. Like they're going through some trauma, not trauma, here, I'm sorry. They're going through some drama with a D, as in dog, as in depression. They're going through some drama and they are not handling it well, or maybe not finding a healthy outlet. And when they're around others, they're essentially bringing that energy with them. And when they're bringing that energy with them, they are really being unpleasant, really not being nice, being very mean, very critical, very analytical, very just all around negative. So how do we deal with these people when they are our own family members? Well, let's think of a couple of things first. So tip number one is, now that you know about toxicity, now that you know where it comes from, where most likely this person is bringing this energy into the environment, right? What does that mean? If they're bringing this energy and they had this energy with them before they saw you, what does that mean? That means most likely it has nothing to do with you. So what's happening here is you're being either triggered by their behavior, or the behavior, you're being triggered by their behavior, and you're really taking it personally. Hey, what's up, DJ Matt? You're really taking it personally. So tip number one is ask yourself, why are you taking this behavior that has nothing to do with you so personally? Why is it all of a sudden such a personal account to you? And you can say like, Lupita, like fucking duh, they're being mean to me. How the fuck else should I take it, right? Yes, you are absolutely right. You have every reason to feel the way that you're feeling. You have your feelings are validated. At the same time, how are you helping the situation by being just as reactive as they are? By returning the same energy that they're giving out to you. Because what's happening is that when you're returning that same energy, when you're putting that out there, you're bouncing it back and you're giving it the opportunity to bounce back onto you. And what happens is just this bouncing of energy, and it just keeps going back and forth. And what happens is it goes faster and harder. And that's not what you want. You want it to stop. You don't want to keep feeling like shit. You want them to stop acting like that. So number one is realize that you're taking it very, very personal and it has nothing to do with you. The next step is after realizing that it has nothing to do with you, create some distance from this person. And if you can't create distance, then try your best not to engage. This is something that I tell people all of the time. What is the worst thing you can, because when someone is being negative, when somebody is being toxic, what they're really doing is acting out. Like something is not going right in their life and they're acting it out. And children do this all the time, right? So what do kids do? Like they throw tantrums, they throw themselves on the floor, they're like, I don't like this, and just really being nasty, right? You're not happy. So what do you do when a child is acting this way? Do you bounce that energy back onto them? No. You ignore them. Or you acknowledge their behavior and let them know that you will choose to engage when they are in a better place and they have finished allowing themselves to act this way. So if a child is throwing themselves on a tantrum, you don't pick them up and be like, get up, what are you doing? No. You look over them and you say, I know what you're feeling is really tough, or I don't appreciate you acting this way. I know what you're going through, you don't like, but I'm going to give you some time to let it out. And you walk away. You do not engage any longer. And so what does this have to do with the adults? That's what they're doing too. Adults have tantrums too. They just don't look the same. They're not going to throw themselves on the floor. What they're gonna do is say some really fucked up mean shit, or they're gonna act it out, like fighting, physically getting into a fight with someone, or just really bringing on drama. And so what you can choose to do is acknowledge that behavior and then disengage, detach. And don't detach like, fuck you, I'm detaching, fuck you, I don't give a fuck. No, what I mean is detach like, you know what? This person probably isn't having the best day right now. I'm just gonna let it go before that energy becomes mine and I start acting like that too. And that's what you don't want. You don't wanna fucking lose it. So in order for you not to lose it, you have to disengage and you have to detach. What if, let's see, also being around them, you already know this person is usually toxic. These people, that they have like the tendency to be toxic. So another question I have for you, which is leading into the next tip, why are you choosing to be around toxic people? And this has to do with confidence. If you're choosing to be around toxic people, that says a lot about you. And that says a lot about your choice and character and how much you don't value your own energy. If it's a family member and you have no choice but to be around them, which I don't believe that. Even if you live in the same house, you can go to a different room. If they follow you into a different room, put some headphones on. Whatever it is, if you're an adult, you can get away from another adult. It's possible. So the second tip is choose to not be around toxic people when you know that's not good for you. You're not valuing yourself. You're not valuing your energy. You're not valuing your peace. And is it worth losing your peace to be around this person or to be around them when you know they're going to be toxic? Like, for example, if you know that they're having a hard day and you run over to try to save them or to try to change things for them, especially when you're not being asked to, that's not something you should inject yourself into. Sometimes we inject ourselves into these drama situations because we're trying to help when no one asked you for help, when no one is asking for you to save them. And if this is the case here, then you have to value your peace. You have to value yourself, your energy, and try your best not to be around this toxic person. Disengage and disconnect. Walk away. Come away from the situation. If they are miles away and you're giving them reports about whatever it is that you're doing in your life, and then they're like, oh, well, you know, you got a new job, make sure you don't fuck it up like the next one. Why are you telling them about it? Don't tell them about it. If you want to have a conversation, then talk about things that you know aren't going to be triggering for you. And once the conversation gets to that point where it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable and triggering, disengage. Okay, well, you know what? Actually, I gotta go. I think I have something in the oven I gotta take out. I gotta go. Or it's my friend on the other line. It's an emergency. I gotta go. Whatever it is. Whatever it is that you can think of to get yourself out of that situation. Or you can choose to communicate and be honest. You know what? I'm really not liking the tone of the conversation and it's making me feel uncomfortable. I think I'm gonna have to end it here. I'm really sorry. I will try to pick up this conversation when I'm feeling better about it. So that's tip number 2. And last tip I have is if you still need them in your life, why? Why is this person so important, even though they are so toxic? Why is this person so important for you to have in your life? Is it worth whatever it is that they're putting you through to continue the cost, to continue, at what cost do you continue to have this toxic person in your life? And what are you doing to not bounce that energy back onto them when they're putting it onto you? It all boils down to your level of confidence, how much of a bigger person you can be to walk away, and whether you want to be right or you want to be happy. And someone that's confident doesn't give a fuck about being right. They just care about being happy. If you're genuinely confident, what really matters is the peace and the all-around goodness that is in your environment. So those are my 3 tips for today. I don't want to take up too much time. And I actually really do have something in the oven. I have some lasagna in the oven. If you are ready for a transformation to become genuinely confident and have lasting happiness, to know what that feels like, to walk away and not need any type of validation, reach out to me. I'd love to get that conversation started with you. You can find me anywhere on my social media, #LupitaVCoaching, or you can email me at LupitaVCoaching, Gmail. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Mwah. And remember, you've always been enough.